This is one of those times when part of me really wishes I was already in Nashville, and the other part of me is all, I am never going to get there. This is supposed to be my relaxing day. Started the morning with my massage. That's how it was supposed to start. Yeah, it didn't go like that. I get a text message at 8:30 in the morning. Mom, I need you to take me to urgent care. I'm like, what? I'm having intense chest pains and abdominal pains. Like, what? Oh my God. It hurts so bad. You know, when my teenager is sick, Mom's on call. Now he's 18, he's a grown-ass adult, right? No, he did take himself to the doctor today all by himself and barely made it to ER. And he said they had him hooked up to machines for 5 hours because his heart rate was low or some such. He's having abdominal and chest pains, and then the tests come back. There's nothing wrong with him. And then I wonder, when do I get to take care of me? When do I get to live? Or is it too late? Because I've got kids. I keep trying to tell myself it's not too late, you know. But I got a husband who has his own set of security needs, and, you know, I take a back seat to all of that. Tomorrow, we're going to go look at a house, which is hysterical when you think about it. Hey, I want to move to Nashville, but we're going to go look at a house here in this tiny little town. We're paying way too much in rent. And if we can buy this house, our monthly housing payment will go down by about half. Assuming we can, you know, swing buying a house. And then my husband has a house to live in for the next 2 years before he moves down. Something tells me that stuff's gonna happen, and I'm gonna move and he's never gonna move. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, part of me is just like, fine, don't move, I don't care, stay here. But that's still 2 years away, so I don't want to be all sour grapes. At the same time, I'm tired of being lonely in a marriage. I'm tired of being lonely in a house with 3 guys who don't give me the time of day. If I want to be ignored by men, I can just go to the bar. And the only time they need me is when they need me for something. It's the only time I get any attention, and I'm tired of that too. So if buying him a house so that he's got a place to live out his yesteryears will work for him, great. We'll probably go, and he'll be like, I don't like it, it's got a pool. I'm ready to spend some time on me, you know? I'm ready for me to be the priority for a change. And the only way that's going to happen is if I take massive action on my own behalf. And then stuff like this happens, and I just don't see how I'm ever going to get ahead of the game.
All right, hello, friend.
Hello. How are you? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm in another one of those funky funk things. There was a house half a click down the road from us that we were gonna go look at, and so we went. They had an open house. It was $56,000, 3 bedrooms with a pool, over a half an acre. I'm like, this would be great because it's got everything we need, and it would cut our rent payment, our monthly housing payment. It would cut our monthly housing payment in half, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it needs some work, which I kind of figured for $56,000. It's got some plumbing that needs to be repaired. But Ben walked in and was like, it needs too much work. Right. And so I'm like, okay, I get it. He's not a home repair and improvement kind of guy. That's not his bag. All right, fair enough. And at the same time, I'm beyond frustrated with why are we still here? What lesson haven't I learned? What thing haven't I done that I can't get my ass out of this town? And then I get this email this morning from Michael Hyatt about why the place you live determines your success. 3 reasons you should call the movers if you're serious about following your dream. And all I want to do is cry and eat and sleep and cry and eat and sleep again, because I can't show this to my husband. I mean, I can show it to him, but it's not going to change his mind. We sat down over the weekend, and remember how I told you he wanted to have another $2,000 in the bank to feel like it was okay to move? He lied. I'm angry, and I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And I just keep sitting here going, when is it going to be my turn? When do I get a chance? Because it's like every time I move forward on something and I try to do something, he comes up with another but. He thinks I'm going to ruin this family, that we're going to end up destitute and on the street with no hope of survival, and he's going to end up a charity case asking for handouts and ending up like his dad, which he doesn't want. Then he can't count on me for anything. And I was going through my mom's and my grandmother's Bible yesterday, because I guess I'm looking for hope of some kind. And there's this article from Ann Landers from 1969. And it talks about maturity and her definition of maturity. And, you know, it's a column length, so it's fairly lengthy. But one of the things that she said was, maturity is being able to wait and sacrifice the short-term gain for the long-term gain. And being willing to put other people's needs first, even if it means sacrificing your own. And I'm sitting there reading it, and I'm thinking about my mother and my husband. My mother was 63. And as far as I can tell, she never really got to do the thing that she most dreamed of. She wanted a house on 40 acres up in the Upper Peninsula, or, you know, northern Michigan. That's the only thing my whole life I ever heard her say she really wanted. And she never got it. And for as much as my husband doesn't want to end up like his dad, I don't want to end up like my mom. And I don't know what to do. You know, I apply for jobs locally and they just laugh at me. They're like, we can't hire you. You know, and it has nothing to do with my skill set. I'm more than qualified. But that's the problem. I'm more than qualified. And I keep getting all these signs that this is not where I'm supposed to be, and I can't leave. I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to just pack my shit and go. And I don't want my life to be like this for the rest of forever. I just don't. Is this supposed to be my lesson of you just need to leave the guy? He's not a bad person. He's a good dad.
Yeah, my husband wasn't either.
Your husband what?
A bad person. My husband wasn't a bad person either, but I couldn't take it. So don't beat yourself up because he's a nice guy and I should be appreciative. If he's the wrong person for you, he's the wrong person for you.
In the 1986 movie Ruthless People, Bette Midler plays a woman who is kidnapped and finds out that her husband has no intention of coming to her rescue, paying the ransom, and setting her free. She's been trapped in this basement for quite a while, and she finds out that she's become the blue light special and her husband isn't interested in rescuing her. She sets about rescuing herself. This movie's always been one of my favorites for a variety of reasons, but I never realized how closely the storyline hit home for me until this week. You know, it is the last full week of this challenge, and I am reluctant and remorseful to say that we're not going to hit the goal. I can't see any miraculous way that $4,000 is just going to fall from the sky. Yes, I could sell my car and that would get us another $1,500, but that still leaves me $3,000 short. So I have two choices. I can see this as a failure. And in the respect of not hitting the financial goal, it is a failure. Or I can choose to see it as a success, which is a lot harder to do. It's a lot harder to look at something that you failed at by your own definition and see it as a success. I'm not entirely sure that this $5,000 goal was really what this journey was all about. So if my conditions for success were to hit $5,000, I am an abject and utter failure, and probably will be by the time the week is out. We've got a holiday weekend. I am not planning on doing anything on the holiday except enjoying it. And then by the time Monday rolls around, we're at the end of this journey, and I've either hit $5,000 or I haven't. So if I use that goal as the determining factor of my success, I am an abject and total failure. And I have to deal with mourning the fact that I am a failure. On the other hand, the much more challenging, emotionally uncomfortable thing to do is to look at this journey and see it as a success, because in the last almost 30 days, I've had to re-examine my priorities. I've had to make myself a priority. I've had to really uncover the motives and motivations of my family, of me, and of what really matters to me. As a coach, one of the things that I try to espouse with all my clients is you need to be going after what really matters to you. And you need to be clear on what that is. And you have every right to change your mind, and you have every right to move in a new direction, as long as that new direction is really the one that's calling to you, the one that's serving you, and not the one that everyone else says you should be following. The awarenesses that I've had over the last 30 days have successfully allowed me to step back, honestly assess what's going on in my life, my work, my marriage, and get clear that things aren't working. We're just over $1,000, and that's really good progress for trying to make money happen and come out of thin air in 30 days. It's not the $5,000 we wanted, but I also didn't sell my car in light of the emergency transportation situation and a few other things that have materialized in the last few days. I'm interested to see what happens when I talk to my husband. And I want to talk to him before I tell you guys what's going on. Because who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen.